Welcome, fellow members. We are about to start our day two of the $13 5,000 guaranteed tournament.
Used to be 5,000.
Used to be 5,000. Ended up being a total prize pool of
$8,050.
$8,050.
Pretty impressive for $13.
And if you remember our last stream, we had a little section where you could enter a guess in what you thought the final prize pool would be. And our closest to that was Shelby.
Shelby at 7,800.
Who won $100, which is up here at the room for you.
Yep. And then second place went to a Jacob Banks,
which I believe is
$7,500. 75 was what his guess was. Yeah.
Was his guess, which gets him a
$50 bill.
$50 bill. And I believe that is Michael Banks' brother.
From what I heard, it's the better looking of the two.
Yeah, it's not a high bar, but
no,
I believe that's true.
No, I'm not even sure there's a bar involved.
And then third place was
Ace Deuce Bruce.
Ace Deuce Bruce, your favorite little commentator.
Well,
he's not so little.
No, he's not. No.
And he gets $25.
Speaking of little, Reese went to go watch Wembley play in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
And Reese, being such the athlete, did not realize that Wembley was 7'4".
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, "Man, he's tall." I said,
No.
Yeah.
So, folks, the tournament's going to get started here at 5 o'clock, but we have a little bit of a treat for you. We're going to
we do have a treat, but we need to talk about something else before we get into that.
Oh, go ahead. Please do.
So we have another contest going on. There was a post that was made last night with all of the day two baggers and their chip stacks and their standings according to their chip stacks. If you will go onto that post, or you can put it on the comments here, we'll accept it. But it needs to be done before the 5 o'clock hour hits. That's 28 minutes from now. It needs to go.
Yes, if you want to be
on there. So if you're choose a horse, whoever you think is going to be the guy that wins or lady that wins this tournament, put your name and who you think's going to win. And if they win first, second, or third, we're going to take all the folks that chose that same individual, put them in a hat, and it's probably going to be this hat or that hat. But we're going to choose the name out of the hat, and those that chose the first place winner, that individual that wins that drawing will get $100.
Mm-hmm.
Who chooses the second place winner and gets their name drawn out of the hat will get $50. And then third place will get their name chosen out of a hat, and they will get $25. So
and all you have to do
that's hammy money.
That's my money.
That's money from the last time that you bagged.
Yeah, it'll have dust on it, but it'll still work.
Just like your chips at the poker table.
That's right.
Yep.
All right.
Well, here we go. We have a treat. And it's going to be the chip leader.
Do we have a drum roll?
Yeah, that's good enough. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
We have the chip leader coming in.
And
his name is the Mercutioner, and he's here.
I don't believe he's the chip leader, is he?
If you start at the bottom
and
work your way.
I see how you set that up.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hey,
good.
Positive things happen to positive people.
That was good.
Yeah, so let's bring in the Mercutioner, also known as Tracy Manning.
He's about to block the camera when he comes, but here he is.
Yeah, he's going to give us all a butt shot. Ooh.
Woo.
Whoa, Ed, look at that back muscle.
So,
wow. We were the brown and pasty, and you sitting down, we're still the brown and the pasty.
yo, Heather, here you go.
So there may be some folks out there in this poker environment that do not realize who the Mercutioner is. It is that's the man, the myth, the Manning. So most people may not know our history, but we go back 26 years of friendship. 26 freaking awesome years of being best friends.
I was twice your age.
Yeah, people.
We met.
Well, I was gonna say people thought we met when you were 18, but no. 26 years we've been playing this game of poker, and we started. Well, you started in the same game way before me. How long was that game going before?
Oh man,
15 years.
I'm gonna say closer to 30. It was a long time.
Golly, so
Yeah.
that's a 50-year running game before it died at that point.
Oh no, I meant 30 now.
Oh, 30
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
yeah.
So yeah.
So
It's
five,
been going
4 or 5 years, so 30 years
Yeah,
is how long
yeah.
that game lasted. Um,
You know, it still has legs.
it
We-
does.
We get
On
together
Thursdays,
once every 6 months now.
every now and then. But yeah, we went from playing for quarters or nickels. You started with nickels.
Nickels and dimes.
I started at quarters, and now we're up to $13.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad transition. So you are known to be able to play the game of poker very talentedly blind.
I have more experience than anybody playing
Anybody
blind.
else.
I don't know about the skill or any of that, but
So-
I have the most experience.
So I'm curious to see what your take on this tournament was, because when we started talking about this tournament, first it lost whatever little hair he's had left because he didn't like the idea of $5,000 for $13. And what we were a little nervous about was that the perception of this tournament was just going to be a shove fest.
And I think that was the perception.
That was definitely the perception.
Yep.
And give me your perception. You played in what, 4 flights or 3 flights?
4.
4 flights. And I think Americutioner made an appearance on one of those flights.
That's correct.
So
So when I first saw it, I thought, well, this will be fun because I can play blind, I can just shove around, and I tried that, and I had fun, but I was not successful at all. So then I realized maybe there's some serious poker that can be played, and really there is. 3,000 starting stack. It seems like everybody would just shove, but the problem is with that short of a stack, you don't want to rebuy because you get knocked back. 3,000 is fine with the blinds, but if you look at it, there were a lot of rebuys, right? But I'll bet you if you went and analyzed it, the majority of them were probably in the first 2 levels.
So, you know me, I'm analytical. I'm a statistician just like you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Very mathematically inclined. So I did do some studying on that. And I think there's some changes we're going to make to it. And one of those changes that we can talk about is I think we're going to take out the last 2 levels before break and move them after break. Because realistically, those 2 levels, there's almost 0 rebuys. So there's
Only me.
Well, yeah, but there's I would say that there's a shove fest between the first hour and maybe even an hour and a half at that point. But
I thought it might have even been a little less than that.
yeah,
I think the serious poker starts way before break, whereas in most of the rebuy games, the serious poker really doesn't start
Starts
till after break.
that's right.
And a lot of that's because there's no add-on.
And that's the other thing I was going to say is the add-on attributes to a lot of that after break.
Yeah.
Because now you've got a serious stack that you can do
Yeah.
some damage with.
Exactly.
But a lot of what happens is in this type of tournament, you can't check your way into a stack. You have to bet your way into a stack, and you've got to win some flips.
Mm-hmm.
But in this instance, flips aren't costing you $30; they're costing you half that.
Yeah.
And you know, if you can win a flip with 2 others in the hand, even if you're a 3K stack, you're 9K. Win another flip, now you're around 18 to 25K. Now you've gotten yourself in a position where you don't really have to play flip poker anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're trying to do, is get to that 20, 25K mark so that you can just wait for when someone else is playing the flip game.
I was going to say it's a great opportunity to play very patient poker.
Patient poker.
And the guys like me that are coming in and being a little wild, take their money.
Take the money.
That happened to me.
Absolutely. And but even with that, there are people, and the gentleman's here right now. His name is Gil. He's getting ready for day 2. He literally bought in for $15. He did the $2 dealer bonus and never fired another bullet.
And bagged.
Yep.
Very,
And
very
played
well done.
played patient poker
Mm-hmm.
all the way across. Of course, if you know Gil, he's always been a talented poker player, been playing poker for decades. But that's really what happens is there's going to be folks that understand that there's 5 different ways, and all of them are right of how to play this tournament. But the other unique thing about this was the average rebuys into this tournament was about 4.5, which is still less than what a big add-on is in some tournaments. And so,
And so I played one flight. I played as serious as I play. By that I mean I looked at both cards every hand.
that's a very
That's me
very
playing my
seldomly
best.
done.
I rebought one time for $30. I played all the way down. I got to 5th place. I played 4 or 5 hours of tournament poker. That's very important to get that that repetition of good tournament poker. I don't do that a lot here, but anyways, for $30, I got about 4 or 5 hours of really good tournament play.
Well,
that experience is for $30. That's just awesome.
That's one of those things that we've got a sister room, Kojak's, and Kojak's produces a bunch of nationwide champions, WSOP, WPT.
You don't say.
They produce some big ones, and they have big tournaments that they run the big blind antes. They've got the big buy-ins. They've got the big guarantees that actually gives them the training to be prepared for that. They do the multi-day flights, the long plays, because reality, this is a sport, and there is a lot of training that goes into it. And that's one of the things we're wanting to maybe do a little bit more here is get a little bit more educational where you can take the next step. I'm not saying that the next step from here would be WSOPs or WPTs, but maybe those are the 480s at your major markets that are 500K guarantees or million plus.
Be good for the circuit at Choctaw.
Yeah, Choctaw circuit's great. Choctaw's got their series starting in January. A lot of players from here going over there. But it is different. Also, I think playing in this tournament post-registration is probably the closest that you can see in this environment that's going to give you close to final table play, because there's all kinds of levels to poker, especially in a poker tournament. But playing final table play is different poker than getting you to the final table. And making final table poker is not the same as three-handed poker to get heads up. And heads up poker is nothing like anything else. And this was a really good way to present the opportunity to do that, because a lot of times in your what we call daily tournaments here, you don't get to play that 3-4-handed or even heads up poker that you really need to be able to go to the next level, because essentially what ends up happening is your blinds outrun your stacks. That's just the way it is. Nobody wants to be here till 1 or 2 in the morning on a Tuesday night, so I can't blame them on that.
Yep.
But in something like this, where there was so much poker to be played, and that poker actually gets extended to today because you're the short stack, or we can always say the chip leader from the bottom.
That's the way I like to.
Yeah. So you're 16 out of 16, but even coming in at 40, you've got 40,500. Right? Or
41.5.
41.5.
I had a bonus 1,000 there that I forgot about.
I see. Blinds.
What are the blinds? 3 and 6?
3 and 6. That's coming in very
that's
ideal
good.
situation.
Yeah.
And you've got 18 players sitting at the table. 16 players sitting at the tables. So that's 8 and 8-handed. So it's only other better situation could have been 18 players for
right.
you.
Yeah.
But you're in the best situation. And depending on where you sit, I haven't looked at your stack out there where you sit.
So I'm in seat 8.
That's the best place.
Yeah.
Button starts in 1. So you're going to have some chance to either wait patiently.
Don't tell everybody.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Go ahead.
Have a chance to make, you're going to have a chance to
it's
make some plays.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, you're going to have a chance to make some plays.
Yeah.
And even if you decide not to make a play, you're still not going to be forced to do it for.
Yeah, because the blind levels are reasonable.
Absolutely.
A little over 10 big or 10 smalls.
Absolutely. And
I look at it different. I look at smalls. So
okay.
Well, just because my stack is so short.
Yeah. See, well, that makes sense.
Just this one time.
That makes sense. Because there's a guy that's in this field who's on the small end as well with you, and that's Brad.
Oh yeah.
And Brad is a dangerous small stack player.
A dangerous period.
There's a player out of Midland named Alex Cruz. They call him Baby Boy Cruz. I'll die on this hill or mountain, whatever you want to call it, but I think he's the best short stack player I've ever seen. And he's taken down the WSOP championship in Choctaw. He took down Hard Rock, took down some.
I had the pleasure of being taken out by him when we were both short stacks, and boom, he got me.
I look at his short stack play as you would look at Tom Brady with a minute and a half to go win a Super Bowl. Like that's Tom Brady's best play, and Alex Cruz plays the short stack like nobody else. And so maybe you can channel that lesson that you learned from Cruz.
Baby boy Manning.
Baby boy Manning. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. That's quite the read that Derek Kushner Manning does.
That's true. That's true.
So, well, good luck to you.
Well, thanks, man.
And I appreciate you coming in. I'll let you get back in your game. Focus. I mean, I know, man, like you takes a whole 30 seconds to get focused on what you got to do. Yes, sir. Well, good luck to you.
Thanks.
All righty. Well, if you want to send the other pasty,
okay, I'll send pasty number 1.
Yeah. All righty, guys. As we're waiting for Mark to make his way back in here, these guys are going to be starting here in about 13 minutes, firing away at day 2, and we've got another treat. We have the actual chip leader walking in, not the bottom of the stack, but the very top of the stack. We have the only 3-bagger coming into this field that I don't know. You're going to hit. Is that a fast size 4.7 power play?
Better.
So here we are. We're going to give you guys a chip leader, three-time bagger out of 7 flights. Mr. Banks.
Let's get a round of applause. There he is.
Thank you, Michael. Now, did you want me to stand here or over there where Mark stands in front of the camera?
Well, hello. Ooh,
Hey, Mark.
Mr. Banks. So your brother
Mm-hmm.
got
Have
second place.
3 of them. He got second.
Jacob won $50. I'm
Okay.
sure you're going to take it to him, right?
Yeah, we'll get it right to him through the Venmo. There's ways to get money to people far away. Now, that depends on if he sees this or not. If he doesn't, then it gets lost at the bank.
It's kind of like if a tree falls in the woods, did it really make a sound?
No,
So,
you can't hear it.
So you are the chip leader.
That's good news.
What are your overall thoughts of the tournament?
I like the structure. I thought it was a lot of fun. It brought in a lot of different people. There were some people who loved the gambling this side of it.
Mhm.
Some people who really loved the poker side of it, which there was plenty of. Everybody loved the value because, there was a lot of fields where things were fairly calm most of the time, but if there was ever any interaction where you had like kings over queens or something like that, and you get it in a lot of tournaments, that would stink because it's a big rebuy. But in this one, it was like, no, okay, well, I'll rebuy, and it wasn't that big of a deal, which was really nice for everyone because of the small.
Yeah,
Small
it
structure.
took a lot of the variance of those bad beats, and you didn't feel
Correct.
quite as devastated as when you just took a really bad beat.
Correct.
Did you have a strategy going in?
My goal was to get to between 20 and 30,000 by the end of Reg. That was what I was internally trying to do. And in the 3 times I bagged, actually 4 times that I played, I was always in that structure. And that was enough chips that at 1K, 2K, you had about 10 big blinds. You could still play some poker and kind of chip up. And that's kind of how I tried to play it. I wasn't trying to get.
So you only
Okay.
played 4 flights and bagged 3 of them.
Correct. Yeah.
That's a pretty good record.
And I final table.
It's like 75%, right?
Yeah.
Is that mathing?
No, it's lower, but that's all right. You don't expect to do very good math. But yeah, no, it was almost perfect. But yeah, that was my thoughts going into it, was to just try to get there. And really what I did was, for fun, the first time I would go in blind on the first hand, just one time. And I think it does 2 things when you do that in a tournament like this. It lets people know that, we're still here to have fun, and that's part of it. And also it lets people know that you kind of want to gamble, which is a good thing. And it kind of loosens the table up, because a lot of times poker tournaments are real stiff, and that's not as fun for everyone. So this is a tournament where you could do something to kind of make it fun for everybody at the start, and that was true. In fact, last night, to start off the New Year's Eve flight, the very first hand, everyone at our table went all in.
Blind, didn't they? Well, almost
no.
everybody.
We
Almost.
convinced a lot of people to be in blind, but some other people woke up with hands, and the hand that ended up winning was
I think it was 6-7.
It was 6.
Is that right? 6-7.
What's wrong? Are you having a seizure?
Yeah. I think
Oh,
is
God.
that how the kids do it? 6-7.
I don't. You shouldn't know either.
So, what are your plans? What do you have a game plan for today?
I was going to try to win the tournament, but we'll see.
Do you have a strategy involved with just winning the tournament other than just sucking out?
Basically, well, first off, that's step one. Get it in bad.
Get it in
and
bad
suck
and
out.
get there.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you
I
get
know
it
that's
in
your favorite strategy.
Well, it's a lot less disappointing getting it good and then losing.
Yes, for sure. If you can always come from behind, right?
Right. No, I think it's the putting pressure on the shorter stacks is definitely going to be a thing. Tracy is immediately to my left, which is good for him, so he can kind of react to me. But using the chip advantage that I have, I can take some flips early and hopefully win some of them and get to the final table and then play some good ICM poker. Hopefully, I think it should be a pretty good tournament because everybody is fairly deep. I think we're coming back at 3-6.
Mm-hmm.
So even Tracy has more than 10 big blinds, which is great, or a little less than 10 big blinds, I should say.
So if you had to put I know this is a tough question, so that's why I'm posing it to you.
C.
Where do you think your stiffest competition is going to be?
Probably at the other table.
Are you going to go based off of play style, or are you going to go based off of chip stack?
Chip stack.
Chip stack.
Yeah, Henry has the second most chips. He's a good player, so seeing him over there, he could easily accumulate a bunch of chips, and he could get more than my table. My table actually has I think all the women that are in the tournament. We've got Heather, Renee, Ronnie, and Debbie all at my table in a row. So it's gonna be a good little tournament there. Those are some difficult players to play with. Martine's at my table as well, so I think we got a rough table draw, but it should be fun to see how it goes. I think Chong played really well at the table we streamed as well.
He did.
Yeah. Who do you think is your pick to win it aside from the top 3 stacks of me, Henry, and Martine? Because that's like the go-to answer.
Man, I don't know. They still have 8 minutes to choose, so I'm not going to sway anybody's vote.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little deal. It's basically like a free Calcutta.
Oh, okay.
They have to put in the chat who they think is going to win.
Oh.
And then if that person wins, however many people pick that person, we're going to draw their name out of the hat.
Oh, cool.
That kind of deal. So I don't want to sway anybody. Okay. But I think it's going to be a tough one. There's a lot of good players in the field.
Well, it's spelled BANKS, Michael, MICHAEL, for those of you who are wanting to get into that drawing.
Well, I know we're cutting it close on time here, so we're going to have to get you out there and
all right.
See what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching, guys. We will be resuming the stream or starting a new one as soon as we get to right about the final table, somewhere in that range.